Hi and welcome to today's yoga class with me, Stacey Turner. For today's session, we will be focusing on the theme of anchoring and connecting to help us ground and land into our bodies, but also to help us have solid and firm foundations from which to feel supported so that we've got the ability to adapt and evolve and adjust a little more freely and with a bit more flexibility. So today, feel free to find a position that allows you somewhat to feel comfortable, whether that's kneeling for you, whether that's sitting cross-legged. And you might have some props nearby, maybe a bolster, a blanket, some kind of cushion or pillow, or maybe even some blocks. Whatever you can find around the house to help support your practice and to help you feel more comfortable as you move through our flow today. So once you've found a position of comfort, whatever that feels like for you in your body, I invite you to soften your eyelids. Maybe that's to close down your eyes fully or to take a soft gaze, staring at something in front of you. And start to become aware of your breath as you allow each inhale and exhale to flow freely in and out through your nostrils. Invite your shoulders to soften. Perhaps your hands are turned to have your palms face down onto your knees or thighs, just resting here. Or maybe you rest your hands down onto the floor either side of your body with a softness in your elbows. Let your belly expand fully with each inhale as you fill your body with fresh prana, life force, new energy and oxygen. And as you exhale, pour your breath out, either through your nose or mouth. Allow your shoulders to soften, your skin to soften, your muscles to relax, and your bones to be heavy down towards the earth. Take a few more arriving, anchoring breaths here. As you take this opportunity to settle into your body, to welcome yourself into your practice today, all of yourself. And perhaps you start to delve a little deeper into your inner world, into your inner realms, as you invite your breath to deepen. Land more fully into your physical body. If you'd like to join me for the sound of one Om as we open our practice today, bring your palms together to rest at heart center, Anjali Mudra prayer position. Spread your fingers wide like rays of sunshine emanating out from the center of your chest. Let's take one deep, full breath in and out first. Let it go. Inhale to prepare for your Om chant. As we feel this vibration resonate through our bodies, it reminds us how blessed we are to be here. Gently bow your head towards your hands. And together, as we commence our practice today, we say Namaste. Gently blink your eyes open if they are closed. Release your hands down to the earth, finger pads or palms connect. As you inhale, lift your chest, lift your heart. As you exhale, curl through your spine, keep your hands connected to the floor. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your chest like a seated cow. As you exhale, round through your spine, maybe you drag your fingers forward to allow your navel to draw back towards your lower spine as you round your shoulders forward. One more time here, inhale, heart forward, fingers draw back. Exhale, draw in. And then allow your hands to rest onto your knees. We'll repeat 3 more times with your hands cupped to your knees. Inhale, your heart forward. Exhale, curl in. And if you are still in a seated position or your legs are outstretched, you can just rest your hands onto your knees wherever they are placed. Working with whatever your body needs today. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale to round in. One more time. And exhale to curl. As you inhale, reach both arms high to sky. As you exhale, float your arms back down to the earth. Twice more here. Inhale, reach to sky, maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to earth. One more time here. Inhale, elevate. Exhale, anchor and arrive. And then just take any little adjustments that your body might need, maybe some shoulder rolls, maybe some gentle rotations from side to side, just giving yourself a moment to release any little bits of tension that might be holding in your body. As you move your way now to all fours, stack your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers wide onto your mat, and you might like to curl your toes under here or have the tops of your feet resting onto your mat. As you inhale, drop your belly towards your mat, lift your heart forward, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, round through your spine and gaze in towards your belly button. Let's repeat this again. Inhale, heart forward, arch through your back, draw your shoulders back and down. Exhale, curl in, round through your spine. One more time here. Inhale, your heart forward. Exhale, draw it back, gaze inward. Press firm into your palms. Take your knees wide and start to send your hips back as you come into a child's pose for just a breath or two. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. As you inhale, rise back up to all fours. And as you exhale, lean yourself forward, come into a plank on your knees. Inhale back to all fours. Exhale, knees wide, hips to heels. Inhale to rise up to all fours. You might keep your knees wide here as you shift your hips forward, maybe lift your heart. Pay attention to lower back sensitivity. If you experience any pain, just back out of the pose ever so slightly if needed or wanting to. And then as you exhale, send your hips back. Inhale to rise back up, almost like a tidal wave now. Bring your chest and heart forward. And then send your hips back. Child's pose. Take a full cycle of breath here in. And exhale. Inhale to bring yourself back up to all fours. Stack your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and reach your right arm forward. You're welcome to stay here, or if you would like to increase the challenge, maybe extend your left leg back and reach it behind you. Take a breath here. And then lower back to the earth. Other side, left arm forward. Option to stay here with arm only, or perhaps reach your right leg back, kick your heel away. Stay for a full cycle of breath. And then release back to the earth. We'll repeat this twice more each side, but flowing with each inhale and exhale now. So as you inhale your next breath, reach your right arm, perhaps left leg back. Exhale to lower. Inhale, left arm forward, maybe right leg back as well. Your choice, your body, your practice. Exhale to lower back down. One more time, reach right arm, left leg. Exhale to lower. Last time, second side, reach long. Exhale to lower. Plant down firm into your palms as you curl your toes and lift your hips high to sky for your first downward facing dog of this practice. To check your alignment, ripple forward into a plank. Check your wrists are under your shoulders and your feet are at a hip distance. Maintain this posture as you send your hips back to sky. Soften and bend your knees as much as you like, as much as you would need to, in order to find more length through your spine, to press into your hands, to shift your hips towards the back wall. And maybe here you pedal out through your feet. You might like to bend into one leg as you straighten into the other. Just starting to walk out your dog here as you welcome yourself into this pose, your home base pose. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And then start to walk your hands towards your feet at the back of your mat. Keep your feet parallel so that the outer edges of your feet are in line with the long edges of your mat. Just allow yourself to hang here with bent knees. Let your torso, your belly rest onto your thighs. Maybe you grasp hold of your elbows with opposite hands as you let your head hang heavy. Maybe give it a shake and a nod. Press firm into all four corners of your feet. As you release your arms, inhale a halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins. Lengthen through your spine, parallel your back to the floor. As you exhale, bow it forward, release. Inhale again, a halfway lift, lengthen long. Exhale, bow forward. One more time like this, inhale, a halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, release it forward. And then slowly, with bent knees, roll up one vertebra at a time. Rounding through your spine. Let your arms be heavy, your legs be stable. And then allow your shoulders to be the last thing to arrive, your head to come all the way up. Reach your arms out wide, your palms facing forward. Just take a moment here in Tadasana, mountain pose. I'll turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing. Press firm into your feet, spread your fingers out wide. Draw your shoulders back and down. And you might like to close your eyes here as you tune into your physical alignment. As you anchor into your feet. As you arrive into this moment with your breath. As you welcome all parts of yourself. You might like to bring your hands to press together in prayer, Anjali Mudra, at your heart center. Maybe gently blink open your eyes. We're going to come into tree pose here, Vrikshasana. And take your weight into one foot, it doesn't matter which one, you can mirror me or you can take the same side. And just turn your other leg out so your heel comes to the ankle of your standing leg. Option 1, to stay here in kickstand with your ankle supported next to your foot. If you'd like to bring your foot a little higher, maybe you bring it up to your calf, the inside of your calf, and stand firm into your supporting foundational leg. Or perhaps you use your hand to bring your foot all the way up to your inner thigh. And remember, from week to week, no one position will be better than the other. Just feel into what you feel like doing today, what your body needs today. Maybe it's a small tree, maybe it's a fully grown tree. And then you get to choose what you do with your hands. So wherever your foot is positioned, you might like to explore, maybe reaching your arms out wide, maybe resting them down low, maybe even growing them up all the way to the sky. Welcome the wobbles with a smile. Maybe it's a little bit windy in your forest. You might like to connect thumb to forefinger as you come into Chin Mudra, the hand gesture of elevated consciousness and awareness. Breathe into your grounding leg for 3. For 2, soften your shoulders, lift your gaze for 1 more breath. And if your arms are high to the sky, draw them back down into your center. Release your foot from wherever it is. And maybe you just take a little release or a sway of your hips from side to side, free movement for a moment. Before we take it over to your second side, so stabilize into your other leg, bring your hands to rest at heart center, soften your shoulders and broaden your chest. As you plug down into your standing foot, turn your other knee out and place your ankle against your heel. Option to stay here and really try to draw up through your standing leg. Avoid this hip pushing out to the side, so hug it in and up. And then option to bring your foot a little higher up your calf, bend into your knee a little more. And wherever your foot is placed, just be aware of your knee. Try not to push against your knee joints. But once your heel is pressed against the inside of your leg, feel the connection. Anchor your foot to your leg and your leg to your foot. When and if you feel stable and you would like to do so, you might like to explore some movement with your arms. Maybe you stay still, or maybe your arms continue to move. As you find your position, it can be different to your first side. Asymmetry can be really powerful in helping us to explore our physical bodies, to anchor and to ground into ourselves, and to know what we need as an individual at any given moment. So just take a couple more breaths wherever you are. Maybe you grab hold of opposite elbows behind your back, stretch your chest a little more. And when you feel ready, bring your hands back into your heart and release your foot back to the earth. Just give it a little release here so you can even yourself up a touch. And then still at the back of your mat here, inhale your arms wide, reach to sky. As you exhale, bow it forward, swan dive. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of your mat. Take your toes out wider than your heels. And you can rest here in a high squat with your elbows against your thighs and your palms pressed together. Or you might like to come all the way down into a full squat here, a really grounding, centering pose. Maybe your hands are to the floor to support you. And then stay in this low squat, medium squat, or high squat, and walk your way to the top of your mat, slow and steady. So whatever that looks like for you, heel toe your foot one at a time. Maybe you're in your high squat, medium squat, or all the way down into your low squat. Working your way to the top of your mat. Just take a breath or two here once you reach the top. Lengthen up through your chest. Release your hands to the floor, elevate your hips and heel toe your feet back under your hips. So your big toes are turned in, your heels are turned out. A softness into your knees as you relax into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's inhale a halfway lift, lengthen through your spine, straight legs, hands to shins or floor. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. As you inhale, lengthen your chest, reach your arms out wide, stand all the way up. Press your palms above your head and draw your hands down into your heart space. Sun salutations, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach your arms to sky. Exhale, bow it forward, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. We'll just do a few standing sun salutations here at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms wide, reach to sky once more. Exhale, hands to heart. Use your breath, reach back up again. Inhale, sweep to sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow it forward. Last one, inhale, reach to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. On the next breath, inhale, reach big circle. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. This time, hands to floor just in front of your feet. Step back into your plank. Option to lower your knees as this is the first time we move through this flow. Lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra, shoulders back and down. Exhale, fold to the floor. We'll do that twice more. Press into your palms. Inhale, rise, shoulders back and down, maybe teenage cobra. Exhale to lower back down. One more time, your breath cycle. Inhale, press the tops of your feet down into the earth. Stay firm into your belly, lower back lengthened. Exhale, lower back down. Press into your knees or toes, tabletop or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Bend into your knees, elevate your hips, spread your fingers wide and press into your palms. And a couple more deep, full breaths here, in through your nose and maybe out through your mouth if you like. Then gaze to the top of your mat. Pick up your right leg and step it up towards your right hand. If it doesn't make it first time, you can grab hold of your right ankle and just give it a little assistance with your hand. And then lower your back knee down. Lift your chest forward, maybe your fingertips are to the floor or to blocks. Or if you don't have blocks, then you might have tins or books. Whatever you can find around the house, just to give you a little bit of elevation to support you in the pose. Stay with your breath here as you breathe into your open hip. Stay anchored into your lower body. And then as you exhale, we're coming back into runner's lunge. So send your hips back. You might bring your hands and your blocks or your books back with you. Lengthen your front leg, your right leg, and draw your toes back towards your face as you breathe into the back of your right leg, your hamstring muscle. Take a breath or two here. Maybe you keep your back toes curled under, or maybe you release the top of your foot down onto your mat. On your next inhale, bend into your front knee. Send your hips forward and move your hands. Maybe your hands stay to the floor or your support of your props, or maybe they reach up to the sky. Stay grounded into your lower body, but reach up with your arms as you soften your shoulders down. Breathe here. And then lower your hands down as you draw your hips back. Choose position of your back foot, wherever feels good for you, as you draw your front toes back towards you. One full breath here. On your next inhale, walk yourself forward, hands to blocks, props, or reach your arms to the sky. Stay for the exhale. One more in-breath. Exhale, float it back. Stay for an in-breath. Stay for an out-breath. Walk yourself forward. Place your props off to the side. Frame your front foot. Curl your back toes under and step back into your plank. Option to pause here or lower your knees. And activate through your belly for 3. Press firm into your palms for 2. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears for 1. And then lower yourself all the way down nice and slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale your heart forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Gaze to the top of your mat, lift your left leg and step it through where your left hand was. Feel free to use your hand if needed for a little extra assistance. Lower your back knee down, fingertips to the floor or to your props. Lift your chest, lift your heart forward, shoulders back and down. And just take a moment here to settle into the pose, to land into your body. No rush or hurry in today's session. We're taking our time to ground and land into the physicality of ourselves, of this moment, of our practice. So allow yourself to unite, to connect your breath with your body. On your next out breath, start to draw your hips back, straighten out your front leg. Maybe you keep your back toes curled under, maybe you lengthen your foot. Maybe your hands walk back towards you, or maybe they stay further forward to help you lengthen into your spine and even hinge a little more at your hip. Wherever you are, breathe. Another couple of breaths as you settle into this pose on this side for the first time. Use your next inhale breath to walk your hands forward. Bend into your front knee, curl your back toes, lift your chest. Maybe, if you want to, if you feel stable and supported in your lower body, you might like to reach your arms to sky. One more deep breath here in. And as you exhale, land your hands down, send your hips back. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Just feel into your body. Notice where there's tension, notice where there's space. What do you need right now? How can you serve and support yourself better in this moment? Maybe you need to move or adjust. Breathe deeper. Open your eyes, close your eyes. With your next inhale, draw forward. Perhaps you rest your arms down or reach to sky. Stay for the out breath. Inhale again. As you exhale, land your hands down, draw your hips back. Stay for a full cycle of breath here in. Let it go. Use your inhale to walk yourself forward. Remove your props. Frame your front foot, curl your back toes, and step back into your plank. Pause here or lower your knees down and hold for 3. Activate for 2. Press into your palms for 1. Hold your shoulders down towards your hips and then lower down for 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Firm your palms, firm the tops of your feet. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Lengthen into your lower back, no crunching or crushing. And then press over knees or toes. Hips high, downward facing dog. Take 2 deep, full nourishing breaths here, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. As you inhale, reach your right leg to sky. Option to stay here or bend into your top leg and reach your heel towards your opposite buttock. As you press firm into both of your palms, square your shoulders to your mat, but continue to kick your heel up towards the sky. Lengthen your leg back behind you. Reach your knee towards your nose, crunch it in, and then step it through to the top of your mat. Lower your back knee to the floor. As you inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, land your hands down. And as you inhale, pick up your back leg, long pyramid. You might want your blocks here. Lengthen through your chest. Bow into the pose. Parsvottanasana, pyramid. On your next inhale, lower your back knee, lift your arms to sky. As you exhale, lower your hands down. As you inhale, straighten and lengthen both legs. Inhale for length into your body. Exhale to bow. Inhale to plant your back knee down. Last time, reach to sky. Exhale, float your hands down. Inhale, lift up both legs. Exhale, settle into the pose. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow in. And then bend into your front knee. Keep your back knee raised. Pop your blocks off to the side. Frame your front foot. Step back into your plank. Option to keep your knees raised or lower them down and move through your vinyasa at your pace now. Allow your breath to lead. Maybe you pause halfway for chaturanga. Maybe you go all the way to the floor. And press yourself back into your downward facing dog or child's pose if you would like to be in child's pose at any time you want to. And just a couple of breaths here as you recalibrate, as you reconnect with yourself, with your breath. Inhale your left leg to sky. Option to stay here or bend into your top leg and draw your heel towards your opposite buttock. Square your shoulders to your mat. Press firm into both palms. Anchor down through your right heel a little more. And then lengthen your leg back behind you. Bring your knee towards your nose and step it through to the top of your mat. Lower your back knee down, scissor your legs, reach your arms to sky. Land into the pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower your hands down, find the floor or your props. And then lengthen your back leg off of the floor as you straighten into both legs as much as you can. Draw your left hip back and your right hip forward. And then lengthen into your spine. Chest lifted and then fold at your hip. Just one more breath here as we warm into this new pose on this new side. As you inhale, lower your back knee down, raise your arms to sky, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. As you exhale, lower your hands down. As you inhale, straighten both legs. As you exhale, settle into the pose. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. Inhale, land your back knee down. Anchor into your legs, reach your arms to sky. Exhale, deepen into the pose. Hug up through the front of your belly, zip it up. Exhale, hands to floor, or props. Lengthen both legs. Draw your hips up and back. Maybe you even lift your front foot off the floor if you like, or keep it grounded and anchored. Lengthen into your spine, inhale, breath. Deepen into the pose, exhale, breath. Your back heel is likely to be off the floor, and that is totally perfect. Just be aware of where your body is in space and feel into it. Now keep your back knee raised as you bend into your front knee. Pop your props off to the side. Plug down into your palms, either side of your front foot as you step back. Option to keep your knees raised or lower them down. And then move through your vinyasa, half or all the way to the floor. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale into downward facing dog. Take 2 to 3 breaths here in dog. Or feel free to come down to child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch, hips towards your heels. And start to slow your breath down. Let your shoulders soften. If you are still in down dog, meet me in child's pose now, Balasana. You can rest your head down onto your mat with your arms forward, or if your shoulders are feeling quite tight today, you're welcome to create a pillow with your forearms and rest your head onto your arms. And just one more breath here in child's pose. As you re-anchor into your body, feel the foundations. And then allow yourself to come up to all fours as we adapt and adjust our bodies now. Maybe a little shift of your hips from side to side, just to check in with how your hips are feeling. And then we're going to bring one leg towards the top of your mat. Coming to a pigeon prep stretch. And if there is any discomfort in your knees or your hips in terms of pain right now, you're welcome to come into a reclined figure 4 on your back instead. Crossing your ankle over your thigh. But if your body is allowing you to be in this upright position today, then work with that. Anchor into your legs. And then when you feel ready, you're welcome to start to fold down over your front leg. You might like to have a prop underneath your front hip. And just enjoy 3 to 5 breaths wherever you are. Firm into your lower belly. Inhale, start to rise back up, using your arms first, and then draw your knee back as you come back into all fours. And just another little shift of your hips. You might notice a bit of a difference between your left and right sides now. And when you feel ready, bring your other knee towards the front of your mat, or if you're on your back in your figure 4 reclined stretch, feel free to take a bit of a rock from side to side before you change sides. And as you feel ready, stable into your legs, start to fold over the top as you come into your surrender and your release. Tune into your breath here for 3 to 5 cycles. Energy flows where attention goes, so allow your mind to drift to areas of your body that need a little bit more attention right now. And breathe fresh oxygen and space into those parts of yourself as they soften. Notice the energy flowing more freely through them and around them, supporting them. And with your next inhale, start to press into your arms, firm into your lower belly. If you're on your back, just hug your knees into your chest. If you're in your upright pigeon pose, swing both legs around in front of you. Start to lower yourself down all the way onto the earth with or without the use of your hands. You might like to hug your knees into your chest if you haven't already. And just take a little bit of movement here, maybe a rock from side to side or some circles in each direction. Release into your lower back if needed. And just take any other final poses or postures that feel good for you to allow you to rest into a reclined, relaxed position for a few minutes as we complete our practice today. When you're ready, make your way to Shavasana. Heels wide on your mat, arms outstretched. Any props that allow you to feel more comfort here, to fully surrender into your relaxation, your much deserved exploration meditation. You're welcome to close your eyes or keep them at a soft gaze. And surrender into your breath now for a few moments. If you have time to stay here in Shavasana for a little longer, please do. If you're ready to continue on with your day after this 45-minute practice, then begin to deepen into your breath. As you invite your awareness back into your physical body, maybe you introduce some gentle movement into your fingers, into your toes. From your reclined position, you might like to reach your arms above your head and stretch your legs out long, taking a full body stretch or yawn. Reaching the left and right sides long, alternating from side to side. You're welcome to hug your knees into your chest here on your back and give yourself a big tight squeeze, a little bit of love. Roll to your favorite side for a breath or two. Perhaps making a pillow with your upper arm or forearm. Find your way up into a comfortable seat, maybe elevated on top of a prop. To bring your hips higher than your crossed legs, or you might prefer to be kneeling. Or just seated with your legs out in front, whatever feels good for you and your hips and your knees and your back. And then lengthen out through your spine, try to stack the crown of your head directly over the ball of your pelvis. Float your hands to heart center, spread your fingers wide. You're welcome to close your eyes again if you did open them. And take a moment to tune into an intention. Perhaps you connect with this idea of anchoring and grounding, allowing us to adapt, evolve, and adjust as necessary. From today's class theme, or maybe there's something else on your mind. Maybe you'd like to offer up a moment of gratitude and appreciation to yourself, to your loved ones. Just an acknowledgement that you have done so well to take this time in your day for you. Let us close our practice together with the sound of one Om chant. Inhale deeply to prepare. Bring your thumb tips to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. May we have clarity in our minds and our thoughts. Bring your thumb tips to your lips to let us speak words of kindness, honesty, and truth. And return your thumb tips to your heart so that we may have love and compassion for ourselves and the world around us. The light within me sees and honors the light within you. Thank you so much for joining me for our session today. Gently bow your head to your hands. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you for our next session.